The reason why you're afraid is because you think low of yourself. The reason why you're afraid is because you don't believe in yourself. The reason why you don't minister to people is because you don't believe you got it. But if you believe that you have it, you will go out and talk to people. You will step on the street like, how you doing? My name is Anthony, and I'm just here to talk to you about how good God is. And God has been this, and God has been that, and God has done this, and He did it for me. He can do it for you. Sometimes we gotta make this thing look like, like make it look real, vivid, live, like just, don't go. I was just wondering if maybe you was interested about you. If you coming to me like that, I'm not interested in that, God. You look dead. Right? Who want to get ministered to about somebody who looks dead? You want somebody that comes to you alive.
Come on.
And then you got high self-esteem. Look at your neighbor and say, you way too high.
You way too high.
When people consider themselves to be superior to others, like you untouchable, like you don't never go through nothing. You come and talk about a situation and you're like, yeah, the problem is you don't read the word. The problem is you don't pray. But then when they go through it, you be like, what was your problem now? And that's why you can't have your esteem way too high. You gotta learn how to have a balance. I said at the beginning, if you follow the class, I said humility is based on the balance. You can't think too low of yourself, but you can't think too high. You gotta have a balance in your life. Don't think that you're worthless, and don't think that you're better. Just put a balance in your life.
Come on.
Thank you.
Because you got some people that told you that think they're never gonna go through nothing. And you come and you share a problem and they're like, yeah, your problem is that you're not praying enough. But then now when the shoe is on the other foot, God forbid you tell them they ain't praying a lot. Oh boy, are you judging me? But you've been judging me this whole time. I thought you was Judge Joe Brown as much as you judge me. You know why? Because sometimes we think that we too high. God only speaks to me, and God always talks to me, and God always shows me, and God this, and God reveals, and God speaks. And I had a dream. Okay, little Martin Luther King, I had a dream. I had this, and I had that. Okay, now a problem hits your home. Where's all those dreams at? Where's that Jesus that you talking about? Because I don't even dare share my problem with you anymore. Because every time I come to you,
come on,
your esteem is so high that you see me lower than you all the time.
Come on.
When can you ever see me at the same level? When can there be a balance? And you help me when I'm up. Listen, just say ouch. Why you acting like it ain't you? You know it's you. We all go through that. Listen, there's not a person in this room that don't go through either low or high. We all go through. We all. And all in Greek and in Hebrew is all. So if I'm saying all, Nessa, that means that I'm included. Because there's some ministers that won't include themselves because they feel like they don't have that problem.
Come on.
So I got news for you. This minister here, he has problems just like you. Because if I was perfect, I think I'd already be sitting in heaven somewhere.
Come on.
You never say he who's without sin cast the first stone.
He who's without sin cast the first stone.
We got some people sitting in this room, they're like, they go in them eyes, and I'm just praying, Lord, don't let those eyes fall out. Lord, please don't let her go blind. Lord, in her eyes like she ain't got no blind. Better stop playing around. Them real eyelashes you have for a long time. Well, you think you got people wearing them fake eyelashes now? Because they don't know who they are. They're like, I need to get eyelashes. I need to make myself look beautiful.
Beautiful.
And when that man really see who you are, he's going to be like, my God. Holy Ghost, help me from the Did I just marry Lucy or did I marry Lucifer? Listen, truth be told, today you don't know who's who. You got both men and women, they come to church with bodysuits on. You're like, oh my God, you look skinny. You're looking up and then you're like, you can't even let the Holy Ghost manifest because you're like, you're like, and the power of God, and you're like, my name on it. And some people are like, oh my God, you saw that sister catching the Holy Ghost. She wasn't catching the Holy Ghost. She was afraid that plastic was going to come. Because you come to church worried about what people will say. Learn how to come free to the house of God. Learn how to be you. Listen, you packing back. And you're skinny. Come the way you are and let God do what He does. Listen, there's some of us that are living God. Because we come so packed to church that we walk up in here like this. We're like, you like, go greet your brother. By the time you go get to one, people don't greet at 5 because you're afraid something's going to snap on you. Listen, Mando, let me help them out, Mando. Because you know, the women are probably just thinking that it's for women. Remember that time, Mando, you bought them shirts? And you put them things on to hold yourself? Mando said, yo, I got something for you. It don't fit me. I want to put that thing on. I came to church one day. Some of y'all didn't even notice. And some people were like, oh, sweet apostle, you look skinny. I was like, I know, thank you. I said, I can't wait to get into the office and check this thing out. I mean, this thing was like a body shoot. I was like, I couldn't even preach that day the way I wanted to preach. Cause you know, Mando got two. He got one for him, and then in front of him, he gave it to me that so you know, Mando, we gotta help some people up here, cause they probably thinking it's just women. But we come up in here too, trying to figure how we can get all this big back, and we walking up in here. Some of us come to church with those belts on, you know, that we sweat. We come to church with those things. Because we're worried about what people are gonna say. Listen, if you come to the church and you dress modest and dress the way you're supposed to, you ain't gotta worry about nobody looking at you. Oh no, come on, oh no, listen, there's a generation of society that's in trouble because nobody's telling them the truth. Can I keep on going, Ashley? But both of these extremes lead to destruction. Hence, the word teaches actually that we should think of ourselves with soberness and having an opinion of who we are that matches the one that God has about us. Can I say that again? Because some of us have a different opinion that's not what God has for you. And it says that both of these extremes, Marvin, lead to destruction. The word teaches that we should think of ourselves with soberness and have an opinion of who we are that matches the one God has about us. When we do this, we behave accordingly without trying to copy others. The enemy will try to use extremes of self-esteem to stop and destroy us from executing our calling and purpose. Therefore, the proper self-esteem to have is the one that is aligned to God's purpose. Otherwise, we risk aborting His plan for our lives. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm sorry that you missed that.
I'm sorry that you missed that.
But you missed something real good.
But you missed something real good.
Because there's some of us that we're not worrying about God's opinion. We're worried about people's opinion. Let me see what people are going to say about me today. You imagine if Ashley every time came to church with a new makeup do and a new hairstyle, and because nobody said nothing about her makeup, she gets upset. And she's like, I don't understand, I try to come with different faces to church and different makeups, and I do my hair like this and I do my hair like that, and nobody says anything about my makeup. Listen, you're worrying about people's opinion, and you're not worrying about God's opinion. The Lord said, when I made you beautiful. I made you precious. I gave you value that came from heaven. Why are you trying to find value from outside? We always worry about people's opinion, but we don't worry about God's opinion. Oh no, look at your neighbor and say, you gotta worry about what God says about you.
You gotta worry about what God says about you.
I don't know if he said anything good, but you better worry about what God said. You know, Lord, there was a time in my life where God wasn't saying nothing good about me. Nothing. Because I was up to no good. And when you're up to no good, and your heart is no good, and you got corruption in your heart, you got envy in your heart, low self-esteem in your heart, there's not much that God can release over you because you got to get delivered. God will not pour his blessings into vessels that are still corrupt. Some of us are still wondering why. And we're like, God, why? And God, why? And the Lord said, how can I give you what I want to give you if you got your eyes on the wrong thing? Woo. Listen, if you think of yourself the way God does, Rosie, your esteem will be what it should be. Can you imagine that? Some of us don't know who we are because we don't know what God says about us. It says like this, actually, if you think of yourself the way God does, why don't you go home tonight and just go and Google Bible verses of what God says about you so that you can see everything that God says about you. He says you're valuable. He says you're chosen treasure. You're a precious child. Although I called you, I equipped you. Come on, somebody. He said I called you the head and not the tail. If only we knew what God says about us. We wouldn't come to church and try to dress to impress so that anyone can say, listen, Lord, you think I care if anybody tells me, oh, you look good? Listen, I don't come to church to look good for nobody. I come to church to have church. And there's some people that just want to dress so people can tell them they look good. They're not worried about what you're wearing. Put on Christ. Put on the character of Christ. Put on the love of Jesus. Put a smile on your face. That'll make you look better. Your clothes is nice, but your smile is not. You know, if you was to smile more, you'd be more beautiful. And when they look at you, you're like, some people are going to be like, oh my God, when the apostle was talking to Lily, she looked like she was angry. And then you ask her, what's the matter? You was angry? No, this is just the way that I am. God can take it. God can put a smile on your face. Oh no, it's okay to smile in the house of the...
Come on.
And then you got people like Ashley that they just smile for anything. You look at Ashley, she's like, boy, you better stop playing around. And be like, man, Ashley always got the joy to the Lord. It don't take much to make Ashley laugh. All you got to do is say something like, I was looking at her on the cruise and I was like, man, this girl's like, she's just like a godfather. She's over there on the cruise, on the line, she's over there, has a whole entourage of people talking, and she's like, oh yeah, because you know, and I'm looking at my wife, I'm like, look at this girl. She's just like me. But then, you know, her father's, you know, same. Mondo's a talkative person. Huh? You know, Mondo likes to build relationships. Mondo don't walk into a room and just be like, how you doing? I'm a New York Yankee from the Bronx. You know, the Cowboys. And he creates relationships. Right? But it says you got to know who you are. Some of us don't know who we are. This is why, Rosie, we're struggling. We're struggling. We're struggling. You see my son's beard? My son got a sexy beard. But I don't have a beard like my son. I have a rough. But my son got a nice beard. But that's the beard my son has. What, I'm going to be mad at my son because he has a nice beard and mine is not? You know, some of us get crazy for the smallest thing. Oh, we think I can grow my beard like good morning. Listen. If you was to ask Crystal, she don't even like the beard. You probably thinking that that's what has Crystal attracted, and she's like, take that thing off. I don't like like it. She will probably kiss him more if he would get rid of the pig. Right, Crystal? See? I found a solution to your problem. Sometimes God has the key to the problem. You know, some kiss men with beard that their faces like, you know, like nice fluffy pillows. And then you got some that you feel like you rubbing your face on a Brillo pad like me. And my wife be like, you inking me. You cut me. I'm like, what, girl, what you saying? I go into the thing, put some aloe vera, you know what I'm saying, lotion. And she's like, I don't know what you did, but that thing just stuck me. Bring that thing down, what, you got barbed wires around your face. And sometimes my goddaughter be like, oh no, Nino, you should leave it like that. It looks nice, I like it like that. And Irene's like, no, it's not what she like, it's what I like. Because we always trying to build our esteem around others instead of being who God called us to be. Be who you called to be. Numbers 13:27 through 30. My God, this class is for all of us. Whoever tries to hide from this, you got a problem. Even my mother-in-law's receiving. And she's like, not me, because I don't have that problem. She goes, I don't care what nobody does. Numbers 13:27 through 30. Read it for me, please.
They gave Moses this account. We went into the land to which you sent us. And it does flow with milk and honey.
It does flow with milk and honey.
Here is its fruit.
But
the people who live there are powerful. And the cities are fortified and very large.
Come on.
We even saw descendants of Anak there.
My God.
The Amalekites live in the Negev, the Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live near the sea and along the Jordan.
Let's go.
Then Caleb silenced the people.
He silenced the people.
And said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it.
My God. Listen, there were so many enemies in that land.
My God.
That the people of Israel were afraid. They were like, we can't do this. But Caleb, the Bible says, had a different spirit.
Yes.
Look at your neighbor and say, you know what's the problem?
You know what's the problem?
You got the wrong spirit.
You got the wrong spirit.
And the reason why you can't overcome is because you're not silencing the voices in your head. You got to learn how to silence the enemy that's talking to you. You got to learn how to silence the enemy that's telling you that you're no good. You got to silence the enemy that's telling you that you're not worth anything. You got to silence the enemy that's telling you you're not no value. You got to silence the enemy that's telling you you're not capable. Oh, you got to silence the enemy and tell them, no, I am capable. No, I am valuable. No, I am worth. Come on, somebody. Look at your neighbor and say, silence that enemy.
Silence that enemy.
And Joshua and Caleb had a different kind of spirit, the Bible says. In 14:24, Numbers 14:24 says, but my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit in him. Look at your neighbor and say, low self-esteem is a spirit.
Low self-esteem is a spirit.
High self-esteem is a spirit.
High self-esteem is a
What kind of
spirit.
spirit you have in you?
What kind of spirit do you have in you?
But my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit in him, and has followed me fully. Look at your neighbor and say, you got to follow God fully.
You gotta follow God.
Look at your neighbor and say, the reason why you're in and out with this thing
The reason why you in and out
is because you're not following God fully. The reason why you keep having ongoing issues is because you're not following God fully. The reason why one minute you're up and the next minute you're down with this thing is because you're not following God fully. The reason why you're battling low self-esteem and high self-esteem and you don't have a balance is because you're not following God fully. Look at your neighbor and say, you're not fully doing this thing.
You're not fully doing this thing.
You're probably fooling your brother, but you're not fully serving God. I will bring into the land where he went, and his descendants shall inherit it. Let's look at Moses for a second. We're about to close because I know the children got school. But it says Moses was a man that gave God. He gave God, Antonio, numerous excuses. He was called to deliver the people of Israel. Each excuse revealed his low self-esteem. Each excuse is going to reveal his low self-esteem. The first one was the excuse of physical hindrance. Look at your neighbor and say physical hindrance.
Physical hindrance.
Exodus 4:10 says that Moses said to the Lord, "Oh my Lord, he said, oh my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant. But I am slow of speech and slow of tongue." You don't hear my brother-in-law sometimes when he comes up here to preach? He's like, because the Bible says that when Jesus, you think that stops it? You can't let that. You know, it may sound physical, but it's just a way of him just being his style. And I'm like, but some people, yeah, Elias, he's like, come on. Like he's eating that fish sandwich and Charles is like, I'm like, okay, And there's some things you're going to pick up about me. That we say, that we like, why he does that? Why? You know, why he, you know? And you see my wife, come on, tell me. Come inside, come inside. Amen. Everybody has a thing, right? But Moses, for Moses, it was an excuse. For Moses, it was a hindrance. We cannot let ourselves, because we feel like we're not eloquent enough, to hinder us from speaking to people. If I was in a room with you talking like to business people, so I'll be like, yeah, Rosie, talk. Yeah, so like I was saying is that the problem is that the vitality of the situation and the scientific problem, the systematic that forms the reality of what's taking place with the coronavirus has to be systematically treated by the right proper chemicals in order for us not to go in, how do you say that word, not protein, but protein. Go ahead, have your business. Leave it up to me. I'll be like, yeah, what's good? I'm like, it's popping. Nah, it's all popping. Everything is good. We got this thing under control. Up in here, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel you. I don't want to feel you. I don't understand what you're saying. You sound like you're straight from the hood. Like you ghetto-fied and you've been ghetto baptized. Right? And Moses had physical problems. He didn't feel like he spoke well enough. Listen, the second excuse was his inability. I am nobody. Low self-esteem leads us to justifying ourselves for not doing what God asked of us. Denise comes and she's like, oh, is that apostle? Talk louder, Denise. Louder, a little bit louder, Denise. Put a little bass into that thing. Oh my God, apostle. Oh no, that's not. You gotta do it. No, because what I was saying is, I don't talk loud. Until Kevin goes, sorry. Kevin! I'm like, so you don't talk loud? So what happens is she sees Rosie, and Rosie's like, because the Bible says that God is going to bless you. And then Ashley gets up here. And she's like, come on, everybody. Come on and set your own atmosphere. Oh, come on, call heaven down. And she's like, it's that I don't preach like Rosie. Man. It's that I don't preach like Ashley. Man. You're never going to preach like Ashley because you're not Ashley. You're never going to preach like Rosie because you're not Rosie. Maybe if you get up here and just be you, maybe you don't know the way God needs you to know. Don't get up here and try to be nobody. Get up here and be who God called you to. I remember one day I was in New York, and it was a group of us, and now I'm like, come on, pray. Come on, pray. And then we call good morning, and good morning's like, yes, Lord. Bless these people, Lord. Father, Lord, bless them, Lord. Fill them up, Lord. That's good morning. Good morning can't come up here and try to be Antonio. He's going to look like a fool. You know what people are going to say? Oh, look, he's trying to be like Antonio. They're not going to say he's trying to be like David. They're going to say he's trying to be like Antonio. He got to come up here and be him. He got to get up here, you know, like it's cool, calm, collect yourself, be like, God bless you, everybody. Praise the Lord. Look at your neighbor and tell him you need a fade today. And look at your neighbor and tell him you're wolfing. You might want to go see him today. But let's turn our Bibles into Matthew chapter 4, verse 15. And get up here and be David Ruiz. You see, when you come as yourself, people will respect you. People will look at you and be like, oh yeah, that's him right there. Come on. He ain't trying to be like nobody. He ain't trying to be like this one. He's trying to be who God called him to be. Come on. Woo, look at your neighbor and say, I understand about the DNA.
I understand about the DNA.
But don't get lost. Trying to jump on somebody's DNA.
Trying to jump on somebody's DNA. And forget who you are.
Because it may just look ridiculous. Come on. Everybody see when Jackie get up here? Say, I want somebody, everybody. Right? Sometimes Jackie, she gets up here, and sometimes I feel like Jackie can do like stand-up comedy sometimes. But that's Jackie. I can't come up here and be Jackie. I won't get away with what Jackie gets away with. You get what I'm saying? You know, God uses people differently. And we got to let ourselves be used the way God calls us to be. Can I keep on going? Exodus 3:11, it says, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? Listen, here's the next excuse, the excuse of comparison. Anyone else is better than me. Everyone else is better than me. But he said, oh my Lord, in Exodus 4:13, he said, oh my Lord, please send by the hand of whomsoever else you may send. Listen, Moses used the excuse of unbelief. He'd rather send someone else than send me. Send somebody else. I don't want to do this. No, I'm sending you. No, I'm sending you. No, send somebody else. I don't want to do. I'm not capable. God. Anybody sees the decoration that goes up here? You know who decorates? Who? I'm a pretty good decorator. But I can't decorate like Yashira. Yashira is a walking Pinterest. She walks up here, she's like, I'll come up here, it'll take me like 2 days to figure out what to do with the altar. Why am I going to send Jackie to do something, Yashira, that you've been called to do? Because when we don't believe in ourselves, we want others to do what God's been calling us to do. No, if God called you, do it. He used the excuse of unbelief. Listen, Moses answered and said, but suppose they would not believe me or listen to my voice. Suppose they say, the Lord has not appeared to you. Listen, when we read these verses, we clearly notice that Moses had very low self-esteem. And because of this, Rosie, he almost aborted the plan of God for his life. You know what it is that he almost aborted it? But some of us have aborted it. Moses almost did. But some of us have already aborted what God has placed on us. Because we always say, no, I can't do this. I feel like everybody's going to look at me. Everybody's going to laugh at me. People are not going to take you serious. People are not going to believe in me. Well, be yourself and people will accept what's coming out of your head. Listen to this, Ashley. It says he almost aborted the plan of God in his life. God created man with a certain potential. Sadly, millions around the world have gone to the grave without ever having developed their potential as a result of low self-esteem. It robbed them from accomplishing God's plan for them. You know how many people went to the grave and never got to see themselves doing what God called for them to do? Because they were living life-pleasing people instead of doing what God has called them to do. Yes. Oh, is that I don't feel capable. Oh, is that I don't feel this. Oh, is that I don't die in this and that and this. No, do what God wants you to do. Why are you willing to risk aborting what God has placed inside of you? Listen, why do people have low self-esteem? Can I tell you real quick? We got 2 minutes. It's about to be 9. But why do people have low self-esteem? One of the causes is for having been born in sin. One of the causes is being born in sin and because of iniquity. Psalms 51 verse 5 said, behold, I was brought forth in iniquity, and in sin my mother conceived me. Elias, you know my mother wasn't very educated. You know my father left school when he was like in 9th, 10th grade. You know, wasn't very educated. Never had diplomas. They were never very, they weren't very eloquent speaking individuals. You know, they battled with language barriers. They spoke English but broken, and sometimes because we speak a certain language broken, we don't feel incapable. We don't feel capable of communicating because of the way we talk. And what happens is that trickled down to me. I didn't feel capable. I settled for the same things my dad settled for. I came under the same, basically the same spell that my parents were under. Well, they wasn't educated. I wasn't educated. They didn't prepare themselves. I didn't prepare myself. I wasn't eloquent. They weren't eloquent speakers. I wasn't an eloquent speaker. I adopted to what I received. I was brought into this world by someone who had no self-esteem. I was brought into this world by someone that didn't believe in herself. And because she didn't believe in herself, I didn't believe in myself. But God comes to break the plan. God comes to break the curse. God comes to break the spell that the enemy placed. Oh yes, I am very but I come to break every lie of the enemy because I want to do what God. Oh, come on, somebody. You look at your neighbor and say, you gotta believe in what God has called for you.
Believe in what God has called for you.